All right, welcome to episode 17 of the Bedroom Studios official podcast. I'm the host, Michael Butts, and I'm joined here today with Sarah Hunt. Hello, Sarah. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good.
That's good to hear. And so, you're playing. Right off the bat, I got to say you're very up with the social media and constantly uploading new songs and all that stuff for algorithmic attention and all that stuff. Very smart, I gotta say that.
Thank you.
I always see it's like, oh, here's a new song, here's a new song. It's like, calm down. Me struggling to write songs. I even wrote a song about writer's block. That's how struggling I was.
That would probably be a good song, though.
I gave it such a misleading title. I called it Was Never the Best.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just about having writer's block.
No, I like that. That's good.
So I noticed a bunch of your songs. They're very. I always see like Bible verses like in your description or your caption for your video.
Mm-hmm.
So is it basically just like do you just like write songs around the verses themselves, or is it just those verses that speak to you that day for like a reading or something?
It's kind of different for each song, I want to say. So, recently, maybe in the last few months, I started writing more about my Bible verses. Because people say, like, write about what you know.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I've just been learning more about the Bible, so I've been getting inspiration. Sometimes it's a verse that really strikes me, and I'll do, like, a whole concept on that. But then sometimes it may be, like, a story that would strike me of, like, people in the Bible. And do it on that. So it's really different about each Bible verse. But I know that most recently I like to write in the perspectives of people who you wouldn't really think would have a perspective in the Bible before. So that's been like my ledge, my go-to.
So kind of like a biographical.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. And I'm guessing like lyricism comes very easy for you because it's always post like one a week.
I try to do one a week. Sometimes I miss them, but I do try to do at least one a week. But yeah, I don't know. They just once I get the concept and once I get what I want to write about, the lyrics just come really easily. I mean, I do have to go online and do like the what rhymes with this thing.
Oh yeah, I've done that before. It's like, what does this rhyme with?
Yeah.
Shout out Rhyme Zone.
Rhyme Zone, I love
Rhyme
Rhyme
Zone's
Zone.
amazing.
You could do like the syllables too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Or even like near rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. One of my
good.
friends, Malcolm, he's a rapper. In one of his songs, he talked about clowning on people that use Rhyme Zone. And I listened to the lyric and I was like, I started laughing. I was like, pause that. And he's like, why? I was like, I use Rhyme Zone. He's like, bro. And I'm like, I use Rhyme Zone.
I bet you he used Rhyme Zone to write that song.
I mean, how long have I been using Rhyme Zone? Oh, goodness. I've been using Rhyme Zone since 2021? Yeah, 2020 and 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was just random because there was like a few times where I did rap myself. So it was just like, what rhymes with that?
Yeah.
I just need to think. And I even did it with, a Jamming Through the Night song.
Mm-hmm.
The one Jamming Through the Night song where I'm rapping. And I was picking up certain words and I was like, my vocabulary is going to sound so high society because I'm using such words I've never used before. Like, let me see. I think one of the words was gleaner. Yeah, which is someone who like organizes and categorizes.
Mm-hmm.
And I used it in the context of just like, don't waste your time. What was it? Okay, so the song was Rhythm Magic, and I was talking about me just being on the dance floor, trying to attract a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And what did I think? I think I said, honey's like it easy, not a gamble of demeanor. Try and be yourself. She's not the one to be a gleaner.
Oh.
I was like, people are going to look at me like, what a nerd. using odd words.
No, I think it's in right now. What people are making that joke about Taylor Swift's new album, how you have to have a dictionary right next to you.
Oh, what?
Yeah, people are saying like you're using words that are just over our heads, so we need a dictionary to see like what you want to say.
I actually never seen anything about. Well, I mean, for starters, I don't listen to T Swift, but I have not seen a single meme about that or at all, which is actually kind of funny thinking about that now. People need to actually have a little thesaurus right next to them, trying to listen to their favorite album.
Yeah. It's
Was
so funny.
how recent was this album? This was like a few months, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe last year. I have no concept of time.
Oh, I feel that sometimes. There'll be times I'll be like, man, that was so long ago, or man, this day is so far away. This I wish it would come sooner. That's and it's always like in the morning. I'll go take a shower and it's like, man, that happened like 2 weeks ago already. Or
Yeah.
I was like, man, I got in the shower one time. I was like, man, I went to Nashville like over a month ago. Where did November go? Like.
No, literally.
Like I have a vlog for Nashville that I still got to work on, and I am still on day 3 of 6. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be almost an hour. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I took way too many like videos of everything.
You can make like part 1, part 2.
Nah,
Just
nah.
like all in one.
No, I have them like broken up as like part 1, like or day 1, day 2, day 3.
Oh, gotcha,
Yeah, I have them
okay.
broken up. Day 1 was like 13 and a half minutes.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, that's probably gonna be near an hour.
Okay, yeah.
But honestly, in the context of like listening to things for an hour, I'm one of those guys that likes things that are over an hour. For example, albums. I'm one of those guys that likes to listen to hour-long albums. Honestly, just for car ride, because I find it such a buzzkill when you're not at your destination. The album's over,
Yeah.
so you gotta like pull over, new album, start driving again. That's what I like, and I always strive to write long albums. But I mean, also, I'm kicking myself right now because my last album, the album that just came out, was like 35 minutes.
Hey, you gotta run like, what is it? You gotta run like the races before you run the marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like and a lot of people are like, man, an hour is way too long. People are gonna listen to like a few songs, and I'm like, yeah, those people are lame. The real fans are gonna listen to that hour.
Yeah, you want the experience.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, 100%. In terms of like song length, what do you like to strive for?
I want to strive for just a normal, like 3.5, 4 minute song, but just something in me just adds and adds, and sometimes it turns into 8 minutes or 6 minutes, and it's really bad. So I have to cut down like a lot.
8 minutes. Oh, that's Freebird length. Well, yeah. The longest I've done, I think, was like 5 on the nose.
Okay.
Or 5 minutes and 4 seconds, actually. 5 minutes, 4 seconds was the longest one I did. And I realized, man, I could have just cut a bunch of that out. It was a lot of like, I think the chorus was repeated like only 3 times though, which is wild.
Okay.
I don't know why. I also like just hearing songs that are long. A good example would be like Garrett Mason. If you listen to Garrett Mason songs, his songs are like done at like 2.5, 3 minutes, and the rest is just like, it's just a jam. It's a live. They're live off the floor recordings, but it's just a straight jam, and I'm just doing this in the car,
Yeah.
just listening. I love it. The album is like 12 songs, but it's like an hour, which is amazing. A lot of people, I don't know why, I just find a lot of people's attention spans just go down and down and down and down to the point where like anything over 2 minutes is like not gonna be a banger anymore.
I know, it gets on my nerves when I'm in the car with somebody and we're listening to a song and they skip it like halfway through. I'm like, let the song finish.
Attention spans, man.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me. So as well, back to originals. You have one out. It's been out for 3-4 years now.
About 3 years, yeah.
About 3 years. Yeah. So that one is called The Now, and that was about your father passing.
Yeah.
And so, was that kind of like the motivation to write? Was that kind of like your, what I, like, wish I could have said in the final hours, or like, what was the story? Like, what was the making of The Now?
The funny thing is, the Now was actually written before my dad passed, which is something a lot of people don't really know.
Really?
So
Okay.
whenever they would talk about the Now, they would think that I wrote it because of my dad passing. But I recorded the Now because I showed it. I would always play my songs to my dad. He would be like the first person that I go with like any original songs to. And he listened to that one and he said that that was his favorite song I've ever written before.
That's sweet. That's very sweet.
Yeah, so for his funeral, like we just thought that I would sing, but I couldn't really sing live during his funeral because there was just a lot of emotions and, you know, I would just start crying and I just knew myself too well. So our friend just helped me record it so we could play it for everybody instead of me singing live.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
I have a song like that too about my grandmother passing. She was in Cape Breton, so my mom went to go see. So I had to stay home and watch my brother. So up until and after uh, of her, slowly passing, I was writing the song and I was like, oh my goodness. Like to this, I can't sing it to this day.
Yeah.
No, I've tried several times. I can't. By pre-chorus 2, I'm done. I'm dead, dude. I'm there. I tried it one time just to see if I could. I made a fool out of myself.
Yeah.
I was playing. It was up at Petestown actually. We were playing. It was a songwriter session, and it was my turn to play, and I just played it. I was like, oh, this is one of my more recent songs. Play it. I can't open my eyes while singing, and I was like, I mean, for starters, I'd never open my eyes while singing.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm singing something like driving. Just to focus on so I'm not pitchy, so I don't sound like.
No, I get it, yeah.
But yeah, no. At the end of it, I am like head down. I am just like clenching my eyes, and then I like quickly open them. Someone's like bringing me like a tissue, and I'm like, oh my god. And everyone's
It's a
like, oh
lot.
my, yeah, no, it's a lot, and there's songs like that never really anyone's that I've written, I've never gotten that emotional. It's just the fact it's like by verse 2, pre-chorus 2, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
To this day, and that song's like, oh god, now it's 3 years old. I can't do this. I will never put that in a set list because I will just cry while singing.
It's really, and it's hard because, like, for me, the way that I coped with a lot of my father's death was to write music about it because that was just how we bonded. Like, he's the one who taught me how to play guitar, and we just really liked music. So him dying just kind of brought me closer to music. So I started writing more and just writing more about, like, grief and how I'm processing it. And a lot of the songs that I wrote, honestly, I think are really good. But I don't think I could ever play them because it just brings you back to this headspace that you were in when you're in the thick of it. And it's so hard once you play it again to get back out of that headspace. I don't know.
There's another song that I power through when singing. It's "This Is It" by Michael Jackson. The last one that well, I mean, they put out 2 albums after his death, but that was like the last song. Like the song was done hours before, or he recorded hours before he died. And I'll always throw that at the end of the set, and I'm already like exhausted after a 3-hour gig, but I'm like, all right, quickly give me some water. I'll talk to like calm my voice down, and then calm my vocal cords down, and then start going at it. And it's at the top of my range to sing, like any Jackson song.
I know he goes so high.
Oh, I struggle with The Way You Make Me Feel. That's at the top of my range too. Oh. But yeah, I leave that one for the end, and I give a story just saying how much of a Jackson fan I am. And I got the phone call, making it sound like I'm important or something. I got it's the day, June 25th, 2009. My grandmother, of all people, calls me. She was not a Jackson fan, right? She hated Jackson.
Okay.
Calls me. Michael Jackson died. I was like, what? Nah, 10-year-old me. Absolutely bawling.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, man. And then when the This Is It documentary came out, that was an experience. honestly, I know I never was able to see Jackson because he already reached his peak by the time I was born.
Mm.
But it would have been amazing to see if just so happened he came to the Scotiabank Center. That would have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh.
It hit so many people hard when Jackson died.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. One of like the kids in my family used to literally dress up like Michael Jackson. He used to wear like
Guilty.
the
Guilty.
glove, he used to do the dances, and it hit him hard too.
That was me. That
That
was
was
me. I
you.
was nailing the choreographies.
Oh
I
man.
was nailing them. I'd be like, no, no, restart it. I do it while watching, and then if I mess up, I'm like, no, right from the top.
Mhm.
Right from the top. I'd be tired. I'd be sweating. I'd be like, no, right from the top. Here we go.
Yeah.
It was and then by like before going into grade 7, I was just like, yeah, we're gonna stop the dances. And then I just started. I literally just forgot them all by that point. It was like near like the end of grade, like near Christmas of, or was it near summer? Yeah, it was near summer in grade 6, and they were like, oh, do you remember any Michael Jackson dances? I was like, no. They're like, how do you forget them? And I'm like, simple. I didn't touch them anymore.
Oh man.
No, it was good. It was such an influence. Like, I mean,
Mm.
there's no way in hell I could mimic a song like his or have like. I mean, yeah, you can be influenced by him, but like, there's no way you can like have a song that has his feel or his energy. I mean,
Yeah, he was so unique.
especially, I mean, well, Quincy Jones wrote a lot of the music, so
Mhm.
yeah, there's no way you can mimic Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones is, or was, because he passed as well. Quincy was remarkable. He was a god when it came to writing music.
Mm.
So if you had the ability to write like Quincy, then you were a genius, because he's
Yeah.
been doing it for years. He was doing it until like maybe 70, and he was like 90 when he passed.
Mm.
I think that's what it was. Don't quote me. Um, watch the documentary on Netflix.
Mhm.
It was good. It was really good. It was all his life, his later years, and he actually hit like he hit like a hard spot in his later years, like health problems, uh, alcoholism, all that stuff, and it was just like it would flash back to the past and it would go into present and then be like him like cleaning up,
Mm.
and I was like, oh man, there was once it was something, and I think it took a snippet from Jackson's funeral slash celebration of life, and it showed his section on there. Oh my goodness, I'm surprised that man didn't cry because he was with Jackson for his whole life.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't cry.
Some people just hold it until they get home, though.
Yeah, there was, oh goodness, it was that whole day. The 25th of June. That whole day, I couldn't stop after hearing the news.
Mm.
Oh my goodness. But I will say though, I do have a high influence on or from Michael Jackson as well. I don't show it or I don't say it,
Mhm.
but that's definitely one of the main main components of my music writing.
Yeah.
Try to make it sound, what is it? Complicated sounding simple, I guess,
Yeah.
or make complex sound simple. That's a way to look at it. Uh, when you what do you do? Do you like to trick people when listening to your songs? Do you like to make complicated sound simple, or do you just keep it simple?
I think I keep it simple. My my go-to thing with songs is just the lyrics. So I just want to make people think whenever they finish listening to one of my songs. I don't want it to be something that people just put on in the car and it's just meaningless, just brain numbing, but I want it to have a message and a meaning behind it. So I think simple melody, complex lyrics is what I kind of go for.
Okay, so nothing like what's that? That new age pop where every artist putting out a song every 6 weeks.
Yeah. No, I don't
Yeah.
mess with that.
No, I don't mess with that. I don't even listen to 101.3 Virgin Radio. I don't. I listen to Q104. I don't touch the pop station because I know it's just like there would be times that I would, and I'll be like, who is this artist now? Like out of nowhere, like a lot of people may like her or not, but like started popping up on my feed. I'm like, who is this person? And like I listened to her songs, and I was like, they are soulless. They're bubblegum. This is like if stale or no plain chicken with steamed vegetables. This is like the physical or like the musical version of that. Unseasoned chicken. It's Chapel Roan.
Chapel Rowan. Yeah, I don't.
I can't with her music. I honestly can't.
There's just like the beat is good. I can't. The lyrics, I don't like the lyrics.
No, yeah, I find that's like the lyrics actually like ruin it for me. Same thing with Lizzo. Music's great, the lyrics ruin it for me.
Yeah, I'm just such a lyrics person that sometimes I'm just listening to a song and I'm like, I can't listen to a song with bad lyrics. I have to
Right.
turn it off.
You know who actually is good with music and lyrics? Now this I don't know. This might be a hot take. Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa. I don't know many of her songs.
Oh, what was it? Her Future Nostalgia album was perfect,
Yeah.
start to finish. I mean, it had a bunch of like the bangers on it. It had Don't Start Now, Levitating, Break My Heart. What's another ones? Cool. Obviously, Future Nostalgia. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Pretty Please. And the deluxe version actually had Prisoner with Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
That was that Prisoner with Dua Lipa and Miley Cyrus is actually such a good song.
Okay.
It's such a good song. I start like, don't get me wrong, Miley had her weird phase in the 2010s, and then she kind of like calmed down.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
could say that, yeah.
she calmed down. I'd say Malibu was probably like, yeah, I'm gonna start listening to Miley Cyrus again.
I do. Malibu's really nice.
To this day, and Malibu is like, oh goodness, 7 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, time flies. No,
Is it?
did it come out in 2017 or 2018?
I don't even remember.
I think it came out in 2018. Yeah, that song and the one she did with Mark Ronson a few years later. Those are probably the songs that I will listen a lot if I have Miley on a playlist or something.
Yeah.
The new album with the song that was like a literal rip-off of the Bruno Mars song.
Flowers.
Flowers, yeah. It was a literal rip-off. Chords, everything.
Yeah.
That album didn't do it for me. No.
I've only listened to Flowers off that album.
Yeah.
I am like, the song itself is catchy. I'm glad she won the Grammy just because, I don't know.
They're stealing it for ripping off a song, yeah. First Grammy for ripping off a Bruno Mars song.
I just feel like maybe it's not deserving of Flowers, but I feel like she does deserve a Grammy, maybe for not that song.
I'm
but
surprised she didn't get a Grammy for Malibu.
That's what I'm saying, and she's had some good songs before.
Like, the ones before her whacked out phase, like, obviously, The Climb, Party in the USA. I'm surprised Party in the USA didn't get a Grammy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she deserves one for some of her old hits.
Yeah. Oh, what else? I know there's others, but The Climb and Party in the USA are the only ones I can think of right now. Probably some of the... I think there was some Hannah Montana stuff.
Oh, the Hannah Montana stuff. I don't know if she wrote that stuff, but I'm not going to lie. I still listen to that to this day.
I mean, she's probably also an industry plant as well, because, like, her father...
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah, her father. She probably a plant. I don't know. I just find it funny that all like ex Disney stars, they just all break out into music careers.
Yeah.
Like, who do we have now? Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah. They're like the new pop girlies.
I hate that phrase, girlies. Girlies. The girly pops.
The girls.
Oh my goodness. We don't. For once, there's not like a male equivalent. It's just the boys. That's it. Not.
The boy.
But the boys has been around for years. The boys has been around since like the 2010s. we don't have an equivalent for the girlies, you know?
Mm. I would say like the boilies, but that
No.
sounds like a disease.
Yeah, that sounds like something you. Oh no, no, no. I mean, there's a few songs, I I would say Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter also fall in the category of like soulless lyrics.
Olivia, her, I used to follow her before she got famous. Her unreleased songs,
Hmm.
game changer.
Really?
There was heart, there was soul, there was just like pure emotion. She wrote this one song called White Flowers.
Mm.
And I don't even remember what it was, but it was like talking about. Oh, it was talking about how like she changes herself for a guy, and it was just it was beautiful. And then I was so excited for her album, and it was good. It was a good album, but it didn't have like the girl in her bedroom. Like this is just pure her.
Yeah.
How her Instagram had it, and I did miss that.
I found a lack of soul. I found like a majority of the album was like, I'm mad at ex-boyfriend, and here is me being mad.
Yeah, she just wrote, like, she used to write so many good ones. Like, there was one called 21st Century Girl about how she was just comparing herself to everyone she sees on Instagram. And, like, there was such purity in her songs, too. And it was so good. And, yeah, I miss old Olivia.
What happened?
The industry.
The industry, man. Oh man, the industry is killing the independent artists.
Yeah.
You know who? Okay, so the girl in bedroom vibe. That one I actually like. I just like the bedroom recordings or like basically the start of like an independent musician type deal. And the one that I like when it comes to like actual like girly pop music, I get a sour taste in my mouth every time I say that. Like the music for the girlies. Claro.
Girlies. Claro.
Claro. I mean, she blew up on Pretty Girl.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I listened to that for the first time, and I was like, I just sunk in my chair. I was like, oh my God. I was like,
Yeah.
where is this? Who is this girl?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness. I really enjoyed, like, that. Like, her first song, I really, really enjoyed that. That lo-fi beat with that kind of grainy, high tape saturation. It was great. From a mixing standpoint, it was great. The lyrics hit you. That was actual, like, soul music. Sadly, I've fallen off and not have listened to the new stuff, so I cannot judge what her new stuff is like until I sit down and listen to an album. I just fear that if I do that, I'm gonna be like, wow, New Claro sucks. Have you
Yeah.
listened to any New Claro? Cause I am completely in the dark here. My reference is Pretty Girl. That's it.
I've listened to a few of her new ones. I will say nothing beats just the first album. I don't know. It's kind of like the first movie. Like, I seen the second Moana, and I was watching it, and I was like, this is a really good movie, but it doesn't beat the OG original Moana.
You know why? Because they dropped that banger of a song. What else can I say except you're welcome?
yes.
Shout out Dwayne Johnson for just ripping out the vocals, man.
It was so good.
That was probably like my highlight of the whole movie. Just Dwayne Johnson singing. No, that was, and it was the whole meme, like his music career. It was like, oh, his music career is coming out because he did like a rap verse on a Tech Nine song.
Oh, okay.
That one, which was disgustingly offbeat. Like it's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry.
Wait, that was him?
That was Dwayne Johnson.
Stop.
That was Dwayne Johnson. Yep. Yeah. It was just
gosh.
disgustingly offbeat, and then he found the beat, and I was like, go back to singing for Disney.
That is so funny. I did not know that was
You
him.
didn't know that was him? It literally says featuring Dwayne Johnson.
I just heard the audio. I was like, oh.
Oh no, it was kind of disgusting. It became a giant meme. It was oh my goodness. When I heard it, I was like, no. I was like, is this what I sound like when I rap? I hope I don't. I mean, I try to stay on beat.
That is so funny. Oh my
Obviously,
god.
rap is not his genre. He can stick with that. I don't even know what you would call "You're Welcome."
Lin-Manuel Miranda, that's what I'm gonna call You're Welcome. He gets his own category now.
He gets his own category.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not really like pop. It's kind of like, but what did you call it?
Lin-Manuel Miranda, because he wrote Moana, the music for
Oh,
the
okay,
first Moana.
okay. My I'll say this though, nothing is going to beat Phil Collins when it comes to Disney.
Oh, yeah?
Tarzan,
Oh.
Brother Bear,
Yeah.
bro, like
Mm-hmm.
he did not have to go that hard. Man wrote "I'm on My Way." Wrote "Son of Man." Oh my god, those are in the
So
air
good.
tonight. Disney soundtracks, like that, the bangers, straight bangers.
Something, like, Disney puts something in their songs.
No, it's when they give the singer that they hire full creative abilities.
Yeah.
Man, like "Son of Man" and "I'm on My Way" are two of my favorite Phil Collins Disney soundtrack songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it is. They're just great. That's all they are. And every time I hear them, I'm like, yo, turn that up.
Yeah.
Everyone quiet, turn it up.
Yeah.
And start banging aggressively in the car.
It's how it should be played.
Honestly, yeah. Okay, oh goodness, because what was funny was I learned "In the Air Tonight" years ago, right? Just playing on the drums, and I was like, what other Phil Collins songs should I know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked at "On My Way,"
Yeah.
and I looked at "Son of Man," and I was like, man, I just got to listen to these in the car. I just went out to the car, just turned them up all the way, started driving around, started singing like insanely, insanely loud. It was good. It just struck a nerve because like last time I actually watched those was like I was like a kid. I was like 5
Yeah.
or 6.
But, like, everybody knows those songs. Like, whenever I'm playing shows
I mean, kids
and I
nowadays
don't
don't.
know what to play, I just whip out Disney. Everybody
You just
knows.
whip out Disney?
I whip
Really?
out Disney. I'll sing literally, like, Part of Your World sometimes, and, like, people will join in.
You know what? Okay, you know what I need to learn because I start throwing country into the mix now for my set list. I
Okay.
need to learn the songs from the Country Bears.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Kicking into Gear was an amazing song. Oh my goodness, we're going such off on a tangent for Disney songs, but I gotta say it. Country Bears, every song start to finish was incredible. Their opening song, oh my! If I had someone to harmonize with me on that, oh that'd be nasty. But Kicking into Gear is such a good song as well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I gotta look at I gotta just listen to the soundtrack again and just have that on repeat. Give like an additional 1,000 streams per song, you know. It's just such a good. It was old Disney was where it's at, man.
Yeah.
What happened?
No, seriously.
What happened? Oh,
Oh,
we ain't gonna get banger songs anymore. But, I mean, Moana was, I think, the last banger song.
Moana was good.
You're
Moana
Welcome was probably
really
the last
good.
banger song.
I liked their songs in Encanto. Like, that was good. No? You're not a fan?
No.
Okay.
A lot of people just kept talking about "We Don't Talk About Bruno," and that kind of just ruined the whole movie for me. I was like, "We don't talk about Bruno," and I was like, "What's so bad about Bruno?" And it's like, "Oh, he can just like why is he like a bad person with bad superpowers?" And it's just like, here's what's gonna happen to you. And it's basically just like the epitome of the Family Guy character Buzz Killington. That's basically what they depicted him to be.
No, yeah, because he was just telling the truth.
Yeah, but it was just a buzzkill to everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, such a villain.
Poor guy got, like, gaslit and hated so much. He, like,
Gaslit,
left his family.
exiled, neglected. Oh my goodness. You know what? That sounds oddly familiar. It sounds like the antagonist in Meet the Robinsons. Goob. He was actually no. Goob wasn't neglected. Goob actually had a lot of friends. He just didn't respond to anybody. And he was like, I was bullied and hated, and it made me this person. But everyone liked Goob. He just became a villain.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
But yeah, it just sounds like the main character plot from that villain from an older movie.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of copy and paste.
Yeah.
Disney was notorious for that back in the old days with the 2D animation.
Oh, yeah?
They would take like certain animation styles, like scene by scene by scene, and they would just like redo them with obviously the different movie. So like there was like side to side of like the same actions happening, and it was just like two different movies. And at the time, I get it. Cut corners, save costs.
Yeah.
But nowadays, having the same storyline, like roughly adjacent from like movies like almost 20 years apart, no, do better.
I always get like Snow White and Sleeping Beauty confused because I feel like it's like the
How?
same thing in different fonts.
No,
They're both like they sleep or
they were both set into a coma, I guess. One of them was, well, Snow White was the queen, or Queen Maleficent was just jealous of this younger girl that was hotter than her or more attractive than her, and was like, we got to get rid of her. Yo, let's put some tranquilizer or something in this apple to knock her out.
yeah.
That was it. Sleeping Beauty was just like, don't touch that needle. I'm gonna touch that needle.
I just feel like it's the same thing. Like they both like do something, then just get knocked out, and then get saved, and then
I mean, the ending is very, very the same. Yes.
yeah.
It's like we have been put into a slumber, but wasn't Sleeping Beauty like 100 years of slumber?
Okay, yeah, maybe maybe that
Yeah,
might be different.
and then Snow White was like knocked out for what, maybe 2 days max.
Okay, maybe that's a big point.
Yeah, like same thing, different fonts. It's like water and then italicized water, you know. What was it? The soundtracks from the old movies though, they're actually pretty good. That was like, actual handwritten compositions, big band stuff. That stuff was actually great. Sadly, I cannot play instruments like that. Can you play stringed instruments like violin and cello and all that?
No, I wish I could.
Same. What do you play though? You just acoustic guitar and piano?
I do guitar, acoustic guitar. I'm learning electric, piano, ukulele,
Same.
just like things like that.
I have a ukulele I haven't touched since like, oh goodness, 2018.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely needs a good retune, and then I just need to brush up on the chords. I'll be unstoppable.
Do you find you write different songs depending on the instrument you pick
Yep.
up? Yeah.
Yep. Guitar, blues, bass, jazz, drums, funk, ukulele, pop/folk,
Okay.
piano, post-grunge.
Okay.
Post-grunge.
Okay.
Because I play keyboards in a shoegaze/post-grunge band out in St. John.
Okay.
So I'll hightail it at St. John and just rent a piano and just have the most muddiest, spacious sound known to man. And then just play some lead lines during instrumental bits. It's such a slow genre. Listen to shoegaze. That's all I'm gonna say. Just listen to shoegaze.
Okay. Okay.
They call it shoegaze because, like, all the pedals are constantly staring down at the shoes. That's why they call it shoegaze. So I said to the front man, because I would bring my pedal board when I originally played bass when he was up in Wolfville. And I just brought my pedal board, which was like, you could play electric guitar or electric bass through it because of the two different pathways. And I said to him, I was like, so shoegaze is because people are staring down at their shoes because of all the pedals. He's like, yeah. I grabbed his pedal board of 3 pedals. I was like, what are you staring at? What are you staring at, dude? And I was like, mind you, I have 8 pedals here. And I ain't staring. He was like, bro, no, why you gotta do me like that? I'm like, get more pedals, bro. No, it was funny. I mean, I could do shoegaze if I wanted to. I will say though, I do appreciate his songwriting or the songs that he has picked because they are just jazzy. It's all jazz chords.
Oh, I love jazz chords.
It's straight, like, it's chords that you just won't think of, you know? And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, how I know his songs is all I did is, like, one time before we played, like 3 hours before we played, I just looked at his fretboard and I said, play each one of these songs in order for tonight. And I will write these chords down that you're playing. So I did. And then that's how I just knew the songs.
Stop. That's so funny.
That's literally just how I look. I was like, I just looked at his hands. I was like, okay, these are the chords you're playing. Type them down in order. All right, now we're gonna go play. You know, we're gonna go set up over there. We're gonna go play now. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It was great. It went fine. And I just have that. I constantly have that with me.
Yeah.
And then when it came to doing more songs, and he swapped me over to piano because he had a bass player. He was like, "Here's some other songs," and I was like, "Dude, you got to show me these songs." He's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "So I can know them."
Of course, they're too complex.
Yeah. Oh, one of them. Song's called Pictures. 3 chords, whole song. But it's A sus4, B7 sus2, D major 7.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know why. It just sounds pretty. It just sounds. And what I do with the piano is I just turn everything into like boxed little cluster chords. So all the notes are there. They're just not in the order of like the stacking. So, right, I just have like I just keep it around A sus4, right, which is, you know, A D E A.
Yeah.
So play that. B7 sus2. I just keep the A on the bass, and then I just move every other hand or move every other finger. And then D major 7. I still don't take my hand off A. And then I just change the hands again, and then just add D on the second bar, and then we repeat. And that's just the whole hand doing this, like the whole song. Sounds great, but it's just like jazz.
This is jazz.
There's a few songs that he doesn't do anymore that were like, one of them was like B major. I don't even remember. Honest, I do not even remember. I gotta look this up right now. Oh goodness. I have all of them. Where is it? Brandon McCluskey. Here we are. Here it is. E over B, B at 11, A major 7 over E. That's one of the songs. Where's the other saucy one? Oh yes. Just a power chord of A flat. G flat 7 sus 4, E major 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty jazzy.
Yeah.
What else we got here? We also have. Did he add new ones? I already said that one with the 3 chords. This one he does is just for like a spacious intro. It's 2 chords the whole time, right?
Yeah.
D major 7, add 6, add 9.
Okay.
D major 7, add 6, add 9 over G.
That's it?
That's it.
The whole time?
Whole time.
Okay.
That's the whole song. But it's the chords. D major 7, add 6, add 9. So I'm constantly like, I have to space over for G.
Yeah.
Now that I appreciate, and I find that is also complicated made simple, which I like. Because the songs are very slow. They're very like... And you just hear these chords, but they don't sound weird, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of it in drop D, too. I'm going to have to say this man is like... He says shoegaze post-grunge. I'm like, nah, dude, you're post-jazz.
Yeah.
Post-jazz. You are jazz adjacent. That's what you are. And he'd be like, nah, man. I'm like, nah, you're jazz adjacent.
Yeah.
I do like the spacious sound sometimes. It's like, it's definitely music you could like slow dance to or go to sleep to.
Okay.
That's probably not what he's wanting, but like, it's definitely music you can sleep to. It's very spacious. I mean, obviously the now is very spacious. You like the spacious sound as well, right?
I do. I do like... I think it's just a default writing slow songs, but it's good. I like writing the songs you can just play in the background, have like a mellow day with.
When it comes to slow, for me, it would probably be just 6/8.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been learning cowboy country since the start of the year, and I don't know. I just like the 6/8 now. There's a lot of 6/8 in old country, which is wild, because like I'm so used to 4/4.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I'm no stranger to like 7/4, 6/8, 12/8, a bunch of crazy stuff because I was on a Jacob Collier craze just before the turn of the decade.
Oh, he's good.
Oh, that is complicated made simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite one was when he did his cover when he did the cover of PYT by Michael Jackson, and at the end it slowed right down. At the end of the song, it slowed right down, and it just felt weird. It felt like it was off, right?
Yeah.
Because it was like, and then it just speeds up, slows down, speeds up, slows down even more, and it feels more off. And I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Turns out he was playing 7/16 and 5/16.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So obviously, counting 4/4 is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
7/16 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like that. But he would play it treated like 4/4.
I wonder if people, because when I write songs that aren't 4/4, I do it by accident. Like I'm writing something and I just think it's really good, and then I go back and just analyze it, and I'm like, oh, this is actually 6/8, or this is 3/4. Like I didn't even realize that. But I wonder if people actually, they're like, oh, you know what? Today I'm gonna write a song in like, I don't know, 6/8.
7/16 and 5/16 is so weird though.
Yeah.
It's like, it feels like 4/4. Like one bar would just be like, if you're playing drums, like one bar would be kick hi-hat. That's because that's how fast it is, right?
Yeah.
The next bar would be like snare hi-hat, right? But it's in 7 and 5. So you have to think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have to think of it like that. So it's like, it just feels like the tiniest bit off. 5 is even weirder because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's
it's off to me. I don't know.
It is. That's the point. It just sounds off. Or like, if you break your eighth note up into like quintuplet or septuplets, like if you break them into 5 or 7s, it feels drunk, right? It feels like you're playing drunk.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't know if I like that.
it's
I
weird.
don't think I like
It would
that.
definitely kill the vibe if people are dancing.
Yeah.
It would definitely kill the vibe. I've done it just to mess with someone on the drums once. I just broke it up and I was like, and I was like, and I just went right back into it. They're like, I was like, yeah.
It would make someone, like, if they're dancing to it, who's already a bad dancer, just think they suck even more.
Yeah, no, it would throw everybody off.
Yeah.
Like, that's the point. It throws everybody, unless everybody is breaking up their eighth notes into, like, quintuplet or septuplets, you're going to screw with everyone's head.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It's a fun trick to do, but, like, it's kind of like one of those things, like, you learn it, but you'll never see it a day in your life unless you, like, go down rabbit holes or something, or just listen to Jacob Collier.
Yeah, no, literally.
But what I will say, though, what I've gotten used to now is a lot more ear training and being able to decipher, like, notes. I've recorded in 432 and played in 432 a lot.
Yeah.
But it's not like any like fancy 432. It's not like the old real temperament. It's just 440, tuned down 8 hertz. So there's nothing spiritual at all.
Yeah.
But I find it helps on the voice. A lot of people just say, "Oh, I just tune a half step down to save my voice." I go, "I tune down to 432 to save my voice." They're like, "Does it make a difference that 8 hertz?" I'm like, "Yup. Yeah, I can sing the way you make me feel with little to no effort. I just belt it."
Okay.
And like, really? And I'm like, "Yup. Done it before. It's incredible."
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I mean, I have a tuner that can detune by 8 hertz, right? It goes from 430 to 450.
Yeah.
So if I'm just like tired, or if like the place is warm and water ain't fixing it,
Yeah.
tune down. I honestly try it sometime. Just try it. Just tune like, I mean, the piano, obviously, electric piano probably won't be able to tune down to 432 unless there's like specific array of buttons to actually tune down. But the acoustic guitar, you can put that down to 432 hertz. And it's just a softer feeling, honestly.
Huh. I will try that.
I don't know what it is. It's just softer. And you could be a little stinker and be like, haha, no one can learn my songs now. Because they'll play it and be like, why does this sound weird?
I love that. That's so fun.
It's great. I wrote one song in 432 because I wanted to write with one of my friends from New Brunswick, and he only plays in 432.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll tune down,
Yeah.
whatever. And the reason why I decided to even like touch 432 was also because of that. But I played with him and some other friends in Quispamsis for New Year's Eve, and they only play in 432. So I had to. I was on drums, so it was fine. But I had to learn to sing 8 hertz down.
That would throw me off.
It
I
threw.
think.
I was in a songwriter's workshop,
Yeah.
and I tuned my guitar to 432. Me and the partner that we wrote our song, we already knew this, right? So it just didn't matter. But people were like, "Yo, can we just use your guitar since it's right there?"
No.
I go, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "The strings are heavy, the 13s." I'm like, "Okay." And they start playing and they start singing. They're like, "Well, okay, hold on, let me start that." And then I'd be like, as soon as the song's over, I go, "It's in 432," and they're like,
Not as soon as it's over. That's
Yeah.
a menace behavior
like,
right
we
there.
all clap, and they're like, "I don't know what's going on with this guitar." I'm like, "It's in 432." They're like, "Oh."
That's sabotage. That's what that is.
And then the host of the song, one of the hosts of the songwriter workshop, he was like, "Everyone using guitar, it sounded buzzy and all that stuff." And I was like, "Well, I told everybody, the strings are heavy, so they're not pressing hard enough.
Yeah.
You're getting the buzz because they're not pressing hard enough.
Oh my
If you don't got
gosh.
indents in your fingers, you ain't doing it right."
That's so true.
Oh, it's fun. I don't go down to it anymore. I mean, unless the place is like super warm and water's not cutting and I'm just feeling dehydrated. Yeah, I'll go down. But other times, if it's like a solo act, sure, it doesn't matter. But if it's like a duo act with like Nick or something,
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Hey man, go down to 432."
Yeah.
I can't, because he'd be like, "No." Because we'll be sharing the tuner back and forth. "Go down to 432, man." "No." "Oh, okay."
He's like, deal with it, suck it up.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, when's the next time we play? I think we play in, when did we play again? In January?
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, hey, go to 432, man. let's just do the whole concert. Let's do the whole 3-hour gig in 432. You're like, why? And I'm like, to save my damn voice.
The amount of times I'm playing like a set and I'm practicing the songs that I'm singing, and I forget that I capo it.
Oh.
So I'm playing it without like transposing it, and I'm just like, why is this in like the completely wrong key?
And then you go, oh, oopsie daisies.
Then you're like, oh my gosh.
So, when was the last time I saw you play? The start of the year? Or was it near the end of last year? Oh, goodness. Time flies.
Maybe like near the end of start of the year, probably. I want to say, or no, in December last year, wasn't it? I forget.
No, would have been March.
March. Yeah.
March.
Yeah.
Now, have you played anything since then? Any gigs since then? Besides the one in Department 3.
I've done the one Apartment 3. I do like the Filipino Fiesta every year.
Ah, yes.
So I do like a few songs there. And I do the Sunset Market in Sackville. So that was the second time I've done it this year.
What's that?
It's like every year in the summer they host a bunch of acts to come up, and they do like small little vendors, and they sell independent, like their independent shop stuff, products. It's really fun. They do it on like a Saturday. The Sackville Business Association puts it on.
Ah, okay. They used to do the weekly concerts Sunday night at that new Acadia Park stage.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'd always email them every year to play, and they'd always say no.
Oh.
Or they'd say, no, they'd say, we think about it, and then just not think about it. And then the third time I emailed, they say, we lost funding for that.
Oh.
I was like, wow. Wow.
Oh,
And now, the person who runs it now, I don't even know how to get, like, how to be like, hey man, can I do it this year? I think the dude that runs it is John Sear now. And he's done it with Michelle Calder for the last 2 years.
Oh, Michelle, yeah, she's the one who contacts me. It's funny. I feel like every like gig, every event that I do, I don't promote myself, and I'm really bad for that.
Girl, you gotta.
I know, and
Girl.
it's so bad. Like, it gets to the point where my sister is just getting fed up. She,
It's like, so where are you playing? Oh, here. It's like, oh, I didn't see anything about it. Oopsies.
Oopsie daisies.
No, I hate doing promo as well.
It's
But
just so, there's something in me that, like, every single time I have to promo myself, it's just, like, my insides just irk.
what I'll do is I'll always have a poster posted on socials, but if it's like a big one, then I'll actually make a video.
Okay.
The last big one that I did was the Loose Cannon back in June for my birthday.
Yeah.
And I had my friend Justin open for the first hour. So we just made this funny little video. I'm walking down the stairs and I go, do I hear somebody? I swing the curtain wide open. I go, Justin, what are you doing here? And he goes, what do you mean? I'm practicing for Saturday's show. And I go, you know what? I should do that too.
Stuff I like that.
It cuts. And then one of my songs plays in the background. And then it's just like clips of us playing at the Loose Cannon during their open mic. And then we actually had the person hosting the open mic, you know, say like, say our name, greet our names, and you just hear the audience applause.
Yeah.
And then I just like swing around in the chair and I just go, hey guys, playing Loose Cannon. June 1st, my friend Justin opening for the first hour. Come on out, 10 to 1.
Yeah.
What I'll always do now is what I like. I like this. The little, you can add notes on stories now on Instagram.
Yes, you can.
I love this. So sometimes I'll usually just write it. Like, I'll just be like, be there or be square. Yeah, and I'll always write be there or be square in like a different phrase or a different wording every time.
Okay.
And it's now, or if like I'm promoting like a song or if I'm promoting the album, I'll always be like, only cool people listen to the album with like the sunglasses emoji.
Yeah.
Or like if I'll actually write it on the story, or I'll write it down in like the add comment thing. My favorite, it's my first started with like be there or be square. Just be there, be square.
Yeah.
And then I started saying be there, be square, and it's like in brackets, like right underneath in brackets. I don't make the rules. I'm just enforcing them. My favorite one that I've done so far is like if you are not there, I'm gonna automatically assume you're square. And then one I did in the Instagram story comments, and I just did not there equals square with a square emoji. It's just like different every time. It's just to be goofy. It's just like be there, be square, dude.
I think the only promo that I like really needed to do was when I played the Apartment 3 show.
Oh, I did. Oh, I was constantly posting that, especially because it was like a brand new like side project.
Yeah.
So like I had to get like off the ground. I had to be like, guys, I'm playing here. No one came though.
It stressed me out because it was like a first show that I did with all of my original songs. And usually like where I'd play it like, you know, restaurants or just places where people are going to be already, right? But this one, they were actually coming to see me. So I was so nervous that no one was going to show. So I did like this beg on Instagram. I was like, guys.
Please. I think I remember seeing that. But Nick and I had to play that night down in Eastern Passage, so I was like, we gotta miss out on Sarah's show.
It was actually like, I ended up selling out. And
what?
Yeah, it was so crazy.
What?
It was so crazy.
3 people showed up at my show. 3 people.
I was really close to your show. I was working at the restaurant next door, so I was there like in spirit, but I couldn't get my shift covered, so it was.
Excuses.
I was so close though. I was like, I was in proximity.
I have people in proximity that live like near that, like around that area of Sackville, and I was like, guys, you told us to come out here, and they're like, oh, we're gonna do it, and then they didn't just come. They didn't. It was literally friends of like the owners that showed up.
Oh, stop!
I was like, oh wow, at least this is an hour. At least this is an hour.
They had to open up more seats, like for my show. It was actually crazy. I was so flabbergasted when.
Oh, I'm just dying over here, dude. God dang. Must be nice.
But it was like my only one that I ever do. Like you do shows all the time, so people can probably like have a lot of opportunities to see you play. So this was like the only one that like, and then after I did the Apartment 3 show, I was kind of like, I'm done for a bit, guys.
Oh, man.
Taking a little hiatus.
You just got hit with the overstimulation.
I did.
Calm down, partner. I'm overstimulated.
I did like one show for myself, and I was like, "Ooh, this is kind of a lot."
I mean, there is always. I mean, it's just there's a few spots in Sackville that are good. I mean, have you tried Freeman's in Lower Sackville?
I didn't know.
Try it. They'll book whenever.
Yeah?
Try it.
I've never like messaged people to play. People have always messaged me first, and I need to just get out of that zone and be like, okay, I'm gonna like message people.
Yeah, because if you're gonna wait for people to message you, like, the opportunities are gonna be like narrow.
I know, it's just not gonna happen.
With Freeman's, you literally can just like waltz in and be like, hey.
Mm-hmm.
And it's literally one of two things: email us some information, or if you just so happen to be there on the free jam Thursday night and they hear you,
Mm-hmm.
they'll be like, okay, cool, what day you want?
Okay.
Yeah. And so it's literally, I walk in, the whole staff knows me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll walk up and be like, yo. Ha ha. What dates you got? That's literally it. It's like, what dates you got? And they'd be like, we got, and they just start going through it. It's like, we got this date. And it's like, what about before that? And they just go check again. It's like, oh yeah, we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's any Saturday.
Okay.
Any Saturday. And it's great, 8 to 11. And I mean, you don't gotta go far, because you live in Sackville.
I know. I love just doing things that are close by.
I see sometimes that Tapestry Beer Bar is doing stuff, which is in the same plaza as Apartment 3.
Yeah, it's like right next door.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I see that they do stuff, and then I see that they just don't anymore. It's just, and then I see that they do stuff again, and it's just like, what is the scheduling for this?
I know. I think it's inconsistent.
Very.
I feel like they're trying to get stuff off the ground, but
And it's always my boy Tom Rich McGilvery that's playing there.
yeah.
I gotta get in there sometime. I gotta like waltz in and be like, yo, give me a Thursday. 7 to 9, easy money. But branching out, doing other places. I know there's one spot that technically two, but
Mm-hmm.
the one of them is like solely for just like an individual person. But one spot would be, what's it called? Oh, the brewery by Quinn's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they like background music in there. It's also an 8 to 11, but they like background music.
Yeah.
They're one of those people that, it's one of those like pompous places, like if the music's loud, they'll be like, turn it down.
Mm.
And that's the customers. Customers be like, turn it down.
I think my problem is when I was doing a lot of shows, or like when I used to play at restaurants a lot, I would get so focused on like what people want to hear, because you want to play what people want to hear.
Oh, of course.
But it would affect my songwriting.
Uh-oh.
So I'd go and I'd write songs, and then I'd write them to think like, what would people want to hear, instead of like, what do I want to write today? Then I would look back on all the songs that I'm writing, and I'm like, these aren't me. Like,
So you were gaslighting yourself?
I was gaslighting myself.
Girl. When it comes to originals, just write how you want, and then just be like, throw it in your set list, and be like, y'all want to hear one of mine?
Mm.
And then you'll probably get the woo.
I know. I had to take a minute from just playing, because just like all of my originals were just not, like, they were originals, but they weren't originals. You know?
There were someone else's.
Yeah. It was like a cultivated thing from people, but
Yeah, when it comes to originals, I don't treat it as like, oh, the audience gonna like this. I just treat it as like, this is what I'm writing.
mm-hmm.
It's like, take the pasta, throw it against the wall and see if it sticks, you know?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
songwriting's my therapy. It's how I process emotions. It's like, sometimes I don't even know how I'm feeling, and then I write a song, and I'll look at the lyrics, and I'll just like listen to the song, and I'm like, wow, that's how I felt about that. Or, wow, like, that's how I feel about this person, you know? And when I'm just not writing for myself, I don't know. I feel like I need to go to therapy. I feel
Oh,
like,
goodness. I'm not a therapist. I may act, I may talk like one. I may be, consulting like one, but like,
Mhm.
I don't got the degree for that. I don't got the license for that.
Yeah,
I have a
yeah.
chemistry degree. That's not helpful.
I almost have a chemistry degree.
You almost got it?
Yeah, I'm graduating this year.
I I forgot you're younger than me. I'm 25 and a half. You're what, pushing 22 now?
22, yeah.
You are or pushing 22? Like you're almost 22.
I am 22.
Okay, goodness. It's rare to see someone like actually younger than me in the music scene now.
Yeah.
It's rare because like when I started like going into the music scene, I was like, "How old are you? You're 30, right?" And I'm like, "No, no, don't let the mustache fool you."
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, "Well, how old are you?" And I'm like, "Early 20s." They're like,
I know, I feel like a lot of people in the music scene are like,
"Old."
older.
Yep.
I know a lot of younger people in the music scene, like just some friends. I don't know if you know like Alvaro.
Whomst?
Al, he has like a few songs out, but he's like starting in the music scene and he's doing pretty well. Or like there's like a lot of like rappers that are like younger doing the music scene. Like
A lot of hip hop.
a little hip hop, but just like people, I don't know, out there doing stuff that I see. It's just like a lot of older people, which is like great. It's awesome, but it's also like, oh man,
Yeah, you're coming in here and
they
you're
have so much
like,
experience. They're like,
yep.
yeah,
What I found it is like I was walking in, I was like, oh man, these guys know what to do, and I don't. I just know how to play songs.
yeah,
And then I come in, play my songs, and everyone's like, how old are you? Like, one person thought I was like 33, and this was like 2 years ago.
okay,
Like, you 33? And I'm like, no, I'm pushing 24.
now is that
No,
like an
no, I'm pushing 23, my
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, I'm turning 23 soon. They're like, what? I thought you were 33. And I thought you did like music for a living. And I'm like, no, do you see the degree right there? I'm like, this is when the music studio was in my actual bedroom. Now it's adjacent to the bedroom. We started moving everything out in like June, like the summer of 2022. But she was like, I thought you did music for a living. I thought you were in your 30s. I'm like, no, I'm in my 20s. And my degree is right there, sticking out like a sore thumb. Because everyone was like in their like the main demographic that I hang around is like the average age is like mid 40s.
yeah,
And then I come in here and I set the outlier and ruin the whole statistic up, being 25.
yeah, I know.
Me, Nick, come in our early 20s. Jacob, early 20s. You, early 20s. My friend Tammy from Toronto, even I think she's like just a year older than you.
Yeah,
Yeah, and she's doing like insane things, like playing contract gigs.
sick.
She did in July she did the full Monty. And just like the last month and like up to now she was doing a bunch of cabaret shows.
Jeez.
All while being in senior year of university.
Oh my gosh.
And working.
Stop. That's a lot.
That is a lot. That is
That-
actually terrifying.
That would burn me out big time.
Yeah, she's not burnt out. She messaged me yesterday. She's like, "Oh, I'm actually getting the plane tickets now," and I was like, "Now you're getting the plane tickets? I told you for like 2 weeks to get the tickets, so they're like cheaper." Because we're doing. This is something I haven't done before. I mean, lie. I've played in New Brunswick several times. I played in New Brunswick 3 times, but that was with bands. I was hired on to play. Post Christmas, so midwinter, I have a thing called the Maritime Midwinter Tour. I have 3 dates in New Brunswick, 2 dates here,
Okay.
and we got Tammy from Toronto on the bass.
Sick.
Watch out.
Sick.
But it's I mean I've been since September I've been harassing places to play. Harassing is like lack of a better term. And that's another thing. Like once you want to like do stuff, you got to do it so far in advance when booking in certain places,
Oh, really?
especially without a province. You got to come in and be like, hey, You should totally
Wow.
hire me. Because I'm cool. Here's a press kit. That's literally what it was. Every email was like done the same way. And it was just like, or if there was like a spot that I seen other people play that I'm like, well, if they can play it there, I can play it there. It was like, I've caught wind that a few of my acquaintances have played at your location, and I was wondering if there's any availability for another act.
Yeah.
Here's my press kit. Here are some videos of me. And just making it sound so formal. And then at the end of it, I'm just like, let me know if you got any questions or wish to pull any more information out of me. Thank you.
Okay. You got like a little spiel. That
Yeah,
you do.
big spiel.
Uh-huh.
Nice 2 to 3 paragraphs. just as a proposal email. Be like, hire me, I'm cool.
See, I don't know if I like performing. That's my thing.
You don't like performing?
I don't know if I do.
Girl. What?
There are times where I'm like, oh, sick, like, this is going to be so fun. Like, I get to play for people. But there are times where I'm like, oh, I have to play for people.
What? What? No. What do you mean? I've never had that experience. I've never had that feeling. I've never had that sense of being like reluctant to play. It's just like, oh, I gotta play now. Let's get this over with.
I love writing songs. I love it.
He's only playing.
I just like playing them playing for people.
Icky, you know.
I'll do like covers on my Instagram. I'll like post on like TikTok, and I'll like post like the songs I write, and I'll post those for people. But like doing a whole set, I don't know. There's something that I'm just like, I'm not sure if I like it. I don't know if I like that aspect of music.
You've heard it here first. I'm reluctant to play live music. That's a wild statement. Oh man. I mean, I will say though, it's just like like if there's certain spots where you gotta bring your own gear, yeah, you know, learn how to like accommodate everything and make sure it's like the most efficient setup possible. So setup and tear down is just like a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Right? So when it comes to a solo show, you get one speaker, my mixer, you get me. That's all you get.
Yeah.
And my speaker is plenty loud. Like Freeman's, like it's down pretty low and it's still loud.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen you walked in with like ginormous equipment. Like, what was that? That looked old and heavy.
So I don't have my own equipment. Everything that I have,
Girl.
everything that I have was my dad's.
Oh, okay.
Because he did music. He was in a band. He was like the music guy.
So it's yours.
So it's like mine, air quotes.
Yeah.
But it's not really mine. And it's all old because like he did that years and years and years ago. Right? So I never bought like new stuff. So when I would go to restaurants or I go play gigs where they need equipment, that's the only stuff I would have. So I'd have to lug these giant speakers in. And maybe that's why I don't like playing for people. Maybe I just have that image in my head of like, oh my gosh, this is like not only playing for people, but it's like a workout. And it's like going to the gym all at once. I get up to the mic, I'm sweating. I'm like... And it's just not fun. I'm already out of breath and nothing's connecting.
When it comes to setting up speakers, like if I was with like Nick and Jacob, I'd be, not to toot my own horn, I was the strongest of the three of us.
Okay, yeah.
So when it came to setting up speakers on the stands, I'd just be like, put on, take off. What was it? We last Saturday I was at Freeman's for one of my friends. They were doing a duo show.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, yeah, you can have my speaker, stand, I'll run mix. You know, just bring your mic and your instruments, obviously. And I said, I will have to dip halfway through the show.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, why? I'm like, well, I was assigned for gear tech for the Jen Shepherd and Heather Rankin show across the street in Arts United. So I did tickets this afternoon, and I did tickets before coming here.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised I arrived at Freeman's and they weren't there yet. I already had my stuff set up, and I was like, where is everybody? Like, I got to move all the tables out of the way. I had so much space for them to play. I set up everything, and I'm like, where are they?
Yeah.
I was waiting like 10 minutes for someone showed up after I set up everything. And I was like, 7:25. Where is everybody? So I run across the street. It took like almost an hour to tear everything down. I just walked in. I started like wrapping up wires and everything. I took the speakers off the stands.
Oh my gosh.
And the other sound guy, he's an older gentleman, and he goes, "Oh, here, I'll help you." And I just take it off, and he's like, "Show off." And then I just put like the sheaths over the speakers, and I just like farmer carry both of them out, and he's like, "Oh my goodness." I'm like, this ain't nothing new to me.
See, I can't do that. I'm not strong.
No gains?
I have no
gains?
No gains. No gains at all.
I mean, if all else fails, if you ever have a show again, if I'm just not busy, just be like, "Hey, Michael, can you do sound?" I'll be like, "Yeah, sure, where is it?"
I need to get my own, like, little girl size, like, portable.
They don't make nothing like that anymore. They don't got nothing like that anymore.
Maybe something on wheels, you know?
They got nothing like that anymore. I mean, my setup is just, I kid you not. I mean, I just bring a bunch of mic cables anyways, but it's this guy here. Let me move. Let me just take these off and take the cover off.
Oh, big reveal. Big
There you
reveal. Wow.
So I bring this
wow.
everywhere. Speakers behind me. Speaker stand is over there. And then it's just plug and go, right? I always take this, like I host an open mic every Friday now. And so I just take that, and I'm using like the first 6 inputs.
Okay.
And it's great. And it's plenty loud. The preamps are amazing inside of it. You know, and of course I do sound for a bunch of my friends. If they're playing somewhere, they're always like, "Hey, Michael." And I'm like, "Hey, friend." They're like, "We need your services." And I'm like, "All right, bet."
Yeah.
So yeah, I have no issue. Like if you need like some services and you don't want to carry heavy things, just show up and look pretty, I guess, you know. I have no issue doing sound. I'll just sit there and be like, "Yep, you sound great." I'm just gonna eat food.
Noted.
It's just like he has equipment. I don't gotta carry mine anymore.
Michael has things I need.
Because I looked at that and I was like, when I first saw that back in March, I was like, that stuff's gotta be heavy.
It's awful.
Like, what is it? Is it all like PV equipment?
I don't even know.
Oh,
it is so old that I can't even trace it. Can't even backtrack it.
Really? Oh, goodness.
I shoved it all in my car once, and
weighed the car down.
It weighed the car down, and I put, like, all the heavy speakers in. I put, like, the mic stand, just, like, literally everything in I need. And I closed the door, and I realized that I jammed my keys in between the seats.
Oh, nice.
For everything. So I had to take it back out of my car, get my keys out. And I think that's when I truly started to hate it.
Okay. Set the record straight. She likes playing live music. She likes playing live music, guys. Booking managers, if you listen, she likes playing. She just has very heavy equipment. She doesn't like carrying the heavy equipment. Simple.
Yeah. What he said.
Trying to save you here so you can actually get gigs, you know?
Just like ending my career with this podcast.
Yeah, it's just like every word you say, just another foot deeper. But no, it's you know, I mean, I the only reference I can base off is when I saw you in March, and I was like, yeah, it's great, it's great. I remember that was not the first time I met you in person though. When did I first meet you? 2018. That's when I met you.
Was it?
Yeah, February. Knox United. You asked Nick and I to play for a birthday party, and that never happened.
2019?
2018.
2018.
February. We were at Knox United. It was a coffee house.
Oh. I have no memory. But no, I do remember that. I think it was my sister's birthday party.
I kid you not. That whole scenario, like... So it was like, oh, I mean, so we got it, like, you asked us to play birthday party. John Lindsay Boughton said, like, would you guys like to be musicians? Like, we literally, April 2018 to now, we've been at Knox United. Because,
Whoa.
like, just of that one performance.
Yeah.
And what was funny was my girlfriend at the time and her father were there.
Yeah.
So, when you were approaching us to, like, get us hired for a birthday party,
Yeah.
right? We're like, oh, yeah, cool, that's great. I walk back to her. She goes, who is that? And I was like, sweetie, I think she's underage. I'm not going for that. I think she can't legally drive yet.
I was like 16. Maybe even 15.
That's a case. Yeah, no, I was like, why would I, someone, while you're staring at me, B, someone underage, like, why? Just think that for a second. It was just asked for the two of us to play at a birthday
Like,
party.
at a church.
Yeah, at a church. Like, nothing's wrong here. Nothing is wrong here.
That is so funny.
Yeah, no, it was like after you guys left, and then after I was done talking to John Lindsay Button, and then came over, and she was like, what was that?
Oh my gosh.
And she was not the jealous type.
Yeah,
It was just like, other girl talking to my man, like, girl, hold my earrings, like, I was like, oh my goodness.
15-year-old Sarah was about to get beat up.
By an 18-year-old. Oh goodness. But yeah, no, it was that was the first time I met you, and then just nothing until like March of this year. That was it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like I was like Sarah Hunt. Okay, cool. I wonder if there's like I was like, why does that last name ring a bell? And I was like, wait a second.
Everybody knows my sister.
She's got an older sister.
Yeah, everybody knows my sister.
Yeah, which was wild, actually. So in March, at your show, after I just like went up for a few songs, came back, your mother started talking to me.
My mother, literally, God bless her, I love her.
Your mother's
she talks
such
to
a sweet person.
everybody. She will just like get to know their life story. She's just like the sweetest person ever.
She is. She was super sweet. She invited me to church. And I was like, I don't know, I got my own church.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and this is like near the point where I started like moving from volunteering to actual like payroll. So I was like, I don't know, I got my own church and I'm there almost every Sunday, so I don't know if I can be in two places at once,
Yeah.
Not trying to like avoid going to your church. What church do you even go to?
We don't even go to that church anymore.
You don't even go
like, we
what,
switched.
what was it, Nova?
We go to Nova now.
Oh.
But at that time, I think we were going to Full Gospel.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't even know where that is.
Nobody knows where that is.
Where's that?
It's in Larry, Utah.
That's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was not trying to like push away from the fact that it's like, no, I don't want to go to your church. It was like, I got my own church to go to.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And like, I gotta be there like a whole hour before the service starts. I gotta be there at 9:30, and then I'm out at noon. Like, I have no time for your church.
Oh man, that's just my mom. Everyone she sees, she's like, "Oh, come to church with us." Like,
Church, please.
Church. I love church. I work at the church. Like,
You work at the church too?
I work at Nova Church.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun. I do like their admin and stuff.
So, like, full behind the scenes thing? Are you in front of scenes? What's going on?
I'm like, I do the emails. I'll help plan events and stuff.
I take care of the slideshows, live stream, or the sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do any of that.
Yeah, I'm a full behind the scenes person.
You're like production. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm rarely on sound. It is only when the other sound guy is on vacation or sick. And then when it's like, oh, Michael, you're on sound this week. And I'm like, yes. Watch out, world. Nobody's going to need their hearing aids,
The mixing's coming in.
Yeah, it's like, loud.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, like a few people have, like, we have these things at the church. They're like these magnetic loops, which is just like a hearing enhancement. And I've noticed that, like, one person, like, when it comes to me being behind the console, never needs it. And when the other guy is, like, he always needs it. It's like, maybe you should mix like me, you know? Maybe you won't need that, you know?
Take notes, other guy.
Yeah, take notes. I was like, your master volume is not at 0? Put it to 0. He was like, no. And I'm like, yes. Put it to 0. Oh, but no, it's fun. I've been there since 2018. I first started doing the music.
Yeah.
And then at the start of the year, around end of February, start of March, that's when it was kind of like, we're going to put you behind the scenes. We're going to start putting you behind the scenes now, and we're actually start putting you on payroll. And I was like, yay.
Yay.
Yay. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I was reluctant to play music. Like, when it comes to playing hymns, time to sight read, you know?
I loved hymns.
Oh, the Knox United,
Ah.
the United hymns are so jazzy. I love it.
They're so just the words too. It's pure. Just I can't even describe how much I love hymns.
You better get sentimental right now. You better get
I'm like about to do like the climax speech of a movie, you know.
It's like, let me tell you about hymns. Y'all don't know hymns.
Let me tell you this tragic backstory I have with hymns. No.
Whoa. Whoa. There's one that I actually like a lot, and I just took my guitar one time, and I just followed the treble line, and I was like, that sounds like an amazing guitar solo. And I was like, John, can I do a cover of More Voices 62? And he's like, well, you're going to have to ask the person for permission. And I was like, is Bruce Harding still alive? He's like, yes. I was like, okay, give me his email.
Stop, that's so funny.
No, it was such a good song. The harmonies were great. I was like, I got to cover that. It's such a good song.
Yes, I love when people take like old hymns and they revamp them.
There actually was one that I did do, and I gave all the appropriate credits in. Is this the song? No, this is not the one. It was called "Going to Live with God." It was such a saucy tune. It was it started with a slow 3/4 thing in B minor, and all of a sudden it went into 4/4 and it was swung in B minor, and it was just like no. I still have it on my YouTube channel. And it was just the fact of just like reading all of them and then just like singing all of them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's wild. I gotta sing soprano. I did.
There's this crazy hymn that they do with Nothing But the Blood of Jesus. Do you know that one?
I only know these hymns.
Can wash away my sin.
I only know the United hymns.
You know, there's so many. There's like a range of good ones. But this guy, I forget who writes it, but he plays this version called Plead the Blood, where like they take that like generic, like everybody knows hymns, and he puts it into this song and makes it sound spectacular. But you know, the second verse isn't really biblically accurate. If I'm gonna speak like theologically, but
it's like this verse bogus.
Well, it talks about like pleading the blood for your family, and I'm pretty sure you can only plead the blood for yourself. But like, don't come after me, Bible theologians.
Everyone come after Sarah. Everyone come after Sarah.
Just my opinion there.
I mean, I got an NIV Bible in the other room. We can go fact check this right now.
NIV, that's where it's at.
Yep. Okay, so speaking of doing songs about Bible verses, I actually did one as well.
Did you actually?
Yes.
Which one?
Proverbs 5:3-9.
Okay.
Which is, you want to go grab it?
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't ready for this one.
No, go grab it. Go grab the
Let me just
Bible.
double check that the Bible is still in this room. It is not, BRB.
Okay.
This is a wild one.
I love Proverbs.
Big old smack of the Bible. Here we are.
Oh, that's a good Bible right there. That's a good Bible.
Oh, let me find this. Now, the one thing I was always garbage at was like finding stuff.
Oh, yeah. I have tabs in mine, so
Yeah, I don't.
I can look like a pro.
Thanks.
But take out the tabs, and I'm lost.
Oh goodness, I might have to be handheld here. Yeah, I might have to be handheld here.
Proverbs, Old Testament, I'm pretty sure.
Here, let me go to
Have
the
you ever heard
glossary.
the song? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth,
No.
Samuel, Kings, Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Songs, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Psalms,
Really?
Solomon, and Isaiah. There's like a whole...
I've been in catechism and I've never been taught that song.
It's so good. Jeremiah, Leviticus. No, not Leviticus. Actually, just forget that last part. But there's a whole song, and it's really good.
Oh, I'm near it. I'm in the glossary right now. Watch out.
Okay.
Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, there we go. Oh. Did I pass it again? I think I passed it again. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen.
Where is Proverbs?
It's like near the back.
Was it New Testament? I swore it was Old
It's new.
Testament.
It's new.
Wow.
It is new.
This is actually really embarrassing for me.
Yeah, I am embarrassed. I already found it, and then I just forgot where it was.
I was reading Proverbs the other day, too.
So Proverbs 5:3-9 is.
Oh, no, that's Old Testament.
No, it's in this one. I've literally read it in here.
Is that just New Testament?
This is New International Version. This is NIV.
Oh, NIV, but like New Testament is like the Gospels, and then Old Testament is like before the Gospels.
This one is.
So Proverbs is after Psalms. So like in like the middle, kind of.
There it is.
Got it? Okay.
Got it. Literally the page. Wow, look at that. Look at
Wow.
that. So page 350. That's gonna stay in my head now.
Okay.
Proverbs 5, lines 3-9.
Mm-hmm.
So Proverbs 5 is obviously warning against adultery.
Yeah.
So we know where this is gonna go. Proverbs 5, 3-9. Here we go. You ready for this?
Yeah.
So, for the lips of the adulterous woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is bitter as gall, sharp as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps lead straight to the grave. She gives no thought to the way of life. Her paths wander aimlessly, but she does not know it. Now then, my sons, listen to me. Do not turn aside from what I say. Keep to a path far from her. Do not go near the door of her house, lest you lose your honor to others and your dignity to one who is cruel. Yeah, you already know what that song's about.
Oh.
Yeah, you already know what that song's about.
Yeah.
I call the song. Just don't give in, and then bracket to your sins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it was a fun one. I actually had a lot of people on it.
Oh, really?
It was including me. There was like 6 people on it.
Jeez.
I had the Johnsons on it. The Johnsons were great. The father was playing the guitar, acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
The son was going nasty on the electric guitar.
Mm.
And then I had me and 3 other people just do like choir stacking.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
I think
goodness.
it's such a game changer
What,
when I
choirs?
write songs about the gospel. Well, choirs too, obviously.
Oh.
They're so good.
I specifically, I was like, how do I make this like, how do I make these like harmonies disgusting? Let's just like put random notes together and see what sticks.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. And then I had to write it out in sheet music because I had to go like, 2 of them were from I wanted the actual Knox choir to do it.
Okay.
But I gave them such short notice, they were like, no. One person said yes. Oh, 2. The music director and then 1 person from the choir said yes. So they came and did it.
Okay.
Another one of my friends did it. I did it. And we were actually going to get another friend who was actually like on and off on the choir. And I was like, she's like, what's the song even about? I was like, Proverbs 5:3-9. She's like, what is that? I'm like, let me go grab it. So I read it and she's like, no. I was like, what? No, what do you mean no? And it's just like, I got a passed. And I'm like, okay.
Oh.
Can't, don't. Simple as
Okay.
that. If you can't, don't.
Do you want to know something really funny about Proverbs that I found out the other day? Well, this was like a few months ago. But Solomon writes Proverbs, right? And he writes it to his son as like a letter to him. And what's really funny is he's using wisdom as like a she. And he's only writing like wisdom as a she and like the adulterous woman as a she because he wants his son to pay attention. He's like, I have some knowledge I want to pass on to my son. How do I pass this on to him?
Woman.
Woman. I'll make wisdom like this alluring woman.
He just gets like bored reading it, and then he sees woman. He's like,
no, wait.
Wait, whoa, what?
I'm like, you're writing this to your son, by the way.
Yeah. I just work here, dog. I just work here.
It was so funny. But no, I like how you can take just any Bible verse or just like any Bible verse that speaks to you and you can write this whole just crazy song about it. Because you can elaborate so much on just like the smallest verse because there's so much to say and just so little words.
Yep.
Oh, so good.
Like the last three, let me just open back up to it again. Where's 350? There it is. So like the last verses, where it's like 7 to 9. That's kind of like where I had like the last verse. Where it's like don't go to her door or whatever or all that stuff. I literally say it's just do not ask me to go to your place. And know the schemes you mask with that pretty face.
Oh.
Bars. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stand tall. You know, don't give me your number because I'll never call.
Oh, bars.
Like some other verses is like I think I wrote pretty woman smiling with fire in her eyes. I can't be taken from her sweet disguise. Ain't gonna fall for her wicked ways. I walk from temptation. That's how I'll stay.
Yeah.
Bars.
Bars.
Second verse is I say this actually. This is kind of like just like a little jump off of the actual like line, the 6 lines. I say, the devil may come to you in waves of 3. I said lust, envy, and plenty agreed. I clearly know better. I'm not a fool. Gotta stay strong. Gotta play it cool. Which is complete catechism lyrics. It's like that's borderline like Jesus is a friend of mine. You know.
Jesus is a friend of mine. Stop.
Banger of a song, by the way.
That's so good. I haven't thought about that song in so.
It's a banger of a song though. Oh, last time I heard that was like a few months ago actually. I was like, I gotta look this up again. Jesus is a friend of mine.
No, literally. Oh
banger
my
of a song.
Gosh. I think my best songs, like the songs I'm most proud of, are either about like biblical truth or grief. Like those are the two like categories of songs that I think I've written probably my best songs about.
So what about the one you recorded here?
Like that one was good. That one was good. I did like that one.
Like I when you told me the song, I was like, at first I'm liking the chords, right? And then you tell me about the song. I don't remember what the title is called. Promise Ring? Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's this about? And I misinterpreted what you said. And I was like, wait a second. Wait a second. Are you the villain here? That's what I first thought. She's like, no, I'm not. No. I was like, oh, okay. I first thought it was just like you like gave back the promise ring. I was like, I'm sorry, what did you do? That's what I heard. Yeah. But that's not what happened. And I was like, wait a second. No, it was a good song. I liked it. First time I ever hooked the piano up to this preamp. And it sounded really nice.
It was really nice.
Harmonies were fun.
I liked the high ones we did.
Yeah.
Those were really cool.
I remember you were doing it, and I was like listening back to it, and you were like, ooh, she's pitchy.
She was pitchy, though.
No, it was good though. Just throwing the bass in there, that was fun. I was like, I need something simple but driving. 8th notes.
And I love writing songs about that. I love writing songs about concepts that I'm not a part of. And they're really fun.
But wasn't that Something that happened? Wasn't that a story?
It was a story, but it was like an elaboration of a story.
It's giving driver's license.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's giving driver's license. That's like, when I heard that, that's the first thing came to my mind. I don't think it's the same. It's definitely not the same key. But I think driver's license is like G minor.
I think I took
But yeah.
inspiration off the suspension that she does in the beginning of driver's license, like the dun da da da, and I use that for Promise Ring. So that's why it kind of sounds pretty similar to it, and it's also like same vibes, but
Yeah. My ex.
Yeah.
that's the whole song. I'm like, oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I've written songs about exes before. I wrote about like almost all of them. Like one of them I wrote was called One Step Forward, Two Steps Back.
That's also like an Olivia Rodrigo song. She has one called One Step Forward, Three Steps Back.
3 steps. Okay, well, I'm just using like the old adage, 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah.
Because it was just about a girl that was... She actually approached me. This was during university, and I just got after... It was like a few months after my first breakup. Like almost half a year, basically.
Yeah.
And she approached me. She had like a tiny bit of a buzz on. It was a Mardi Gras party. And she approached me, started hitting on me, and I was like, thanks. Thanks for the compliment. I'll reciprocate it back. I'll say the same thing, you know. And I was like, how do I deal with this random buzz girl, you know?
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Fine, let's do it. Let's take her on a date. Then her true colors started showing, and I was like, man, I don't like this. Get me out. It was, yeah. It was like... At the time, she didn't know she had bipolar disorder.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
everything was taken out on me, and I was just here like...
I
was the emotional punching bag.
Yeah, I wrote a song about that, actually, being an emotional punching bag.
Oh, it's rough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called, what was it called? To Help You to Help Me?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That one was hard to write.
Yeah, I just called it 1 step forward, 2 steps back, because it's just like, I'm trying to advance this and make sure, like, nothing happens again. All of a sudden, stuff happens again. It's like, here we go, you know.
Yeah.
Not even square one. We're behind square one now. It's just like we've completely, like, or it's like, you know, we advance and then you go back to square one, basically, because it's just like trying to, it felt like dancing on eggshells, basically.
Yeah.
And I hate that, because I am not a person to dance on eggshells or walk on eggshells around somebody. Like, if you can't match the energy, I'm sorry. There's the door, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wrote about that. I just basically wrote start to finish of that relationship. Right? I just wrote start to finish.
Yeah.
And like the last verse was like, what did I say? Now you say there's no passion or motive in your works, but I can see through those lies, which makes you a whole lot worse. I think that's what I say. I don't remember my own lyrics. It's one of those songs that I know lyrics when I sing it.
Yeah.
Now you say there's no passion or motive in your works, but I can see through those lies, that makes you a whole lot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was basically just, or even the third verse as well. I was like, now the damage is done. You say that you're all gone, but I see you everywhere that I am, and it keeps me from moving on. 'Cause we were in university together.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's like I saw her everywhere. Don't date in the same field. That's what one of my chemistry professors said. Don't date in the same field.
Yeah.
Bachelor of Science students, don't date.
No, because you're in like close proximity. All
I
your
mean, I
classes
was
are
chemistry
together.
degree. She was nutrition.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Still had same classes.
Oh, well, maybe that's not fine.
Yeah, no bueno.
Yeah. I remember being so obsessed with writing love songs, though. But
I
I've
actually
only
do have
had
love
one
songs
ex.
as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I love songs. But I
There's-
could only write them when I wasn't in love.
That's not how it's supposed to work, you know.
I know.
I write them when I'm in love, and I write breakup songs when I'm sad. That's kind of how that works. Like, I mean, I can't... I say that. So, I keep referring to the album.
Okay.
That I put out 4 weeks ago. Cough, cough.
Listen to it, guys.
Yeah, definitely listen to it. It was produced at Bedroom Studios. Haha. But, like, there's a lot of things. So, like, the song about Proverbs 5 through to 9. Song about writer's block. A song about grief. Just grieving. Because it was, like, my first girlfriend. Like, if we didn't break up, we would have been together, like, 6 years now.
Yeah.
And it just eats me from the inside out sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just call it How to Let It Get This Far, you know? I'm just like, there's times that I'm just like, I wake up and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm single. The song after that, literally called Pretty Ladies, known as Pretty As You, was actually the meeting of that first girlfriend up until, like, asking her to be my girlfriend. Yeah, so that was literally like the chorus, or like the main hit, like the main snippet of the, or what's the word? Not the hook, because it wasn't really a chorus. The tag, the main tag.
Yeah.
Just say, out of all the pretty ladies, there ain't none as pretty as you. It was just a country tune, right? It just sounded like country blues, and I just started like speaking fact. I was just like, this, that, we did this, you know. It was great. It was great. I mean, fuck. People call me Taylor Swift sometimes because I write a bunch of sad songs.
It's easier to write sad songs.
I write sad or mad songs
Okay.
more than happy love songs. I write about my first girlfriend a lot. I've written, and this is in chronological order, but this is not in historical order. So chronological order was called the Everything I Need back in 2019. So we broke up for 6 months, got back together. So the song's called The Everything I Need. Broke off with her 5 months later, called it Sorry Won't Cut It Anymore. Then I wrote Pretty Ladies and How to Let It Get This Far at the same time, because they're both on the album. So if we wanted to put those in actual order, it would be Pretty Ladies, The Everything I Need, Sorry Won't Cut It Anymore, How to Let It Get This Far. And do I add? No, I won't put Dragged Along. Do I count Dragged Along in there? No, I won't count Dragged Along. No, Dragged Along would be for a different girl.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I write a lot. I don't know. It's just, you know, when you're with somebody forever, it kind of just like, you can easily just cherry pick memories.
Yeah.
Right? Then it just so happens they're not in historical order. They're just the mood I'm in, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
I think there's one I'm working on. I'm not doing blues anymore. I'm swapping over to country.
Okay,
The one that I wrote with that one guy at the songwriter workshop, I said, I was like, we got to make that more country. And we definitely take a look at relook at the lyrics, because we just had an hour to write the song.
Yeah.
Then we had to present it. So it's like, we can definitely work on these lyrics and make them more personal. The song's called Summertime Girl, and it's basically about just getting back with her. So that would be Pretty Ladies, Summertime Girl, The Everything I Need, Sorry Won't Cut It Anymore, and How to Let It Get This Far. That would be like the anthology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote about other past lovers, like One Step Forward, Two Steps Back. I wrote Let Me Say This, which was about being with that girl. And then the breakup song was It's Not Me, It's You. Big switch.
Ooh.
Big switch.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was something. Then there's ones that just, I won't give them the light of day to write lyrics.
Okay.
Yeah. There was one that I did, was called Make Time, also in brackets, The Cheating Scandal Blues. Yeah. Nick and I like to play that one a lot because it's just aggressive and upbeat.
It sounds like a funky name, so.
They Make Time, The Cheating Scandal Blues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Basically, the main tag is, you make time for me, I make time for you. So it's very bad. It's very, there's no swear words, but it's just a bad premise.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very not like, it's not very like church of me. But yeah. The main premise is like, this girl wanted her, she had a man, she was willing to cheat on a man. And I was like, you make time for me, I make time for you. Yeah. And then she just started randomly ghosting me. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. Hey, boyfriend. How's it going? What's up, man?
Oh my god.
Your girl cheated on you with me 3 times. Here you go. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, that was
gosh.
ugly. I had to get involved on that. I had to meet them in person. And I was like, tell him the truth. And she was like, no. And I was like, tell him the truth. And she did. She was crying.
The drama.
I just kept a straight look on my face. I was just like, tell him the truth.
That make a sick song though.
It was. It did make a sick song. It was great. I was just like, oh, I wrote it. What's funny is I wrote it during a concert.
During?
During a concert.
Okay.
I was at the first Rock the Harbor last year
Okay.
at Albany Landing. And I just started writing lyrics. Like I was like, man, this is hot. This is some heat.
Yeah,
This is some heat. Perfect.
Amazing.
And then I was like, Nick, we got a song to record.
Yeah.
So we do it in, get it all done in 4 hours.
Yeah.
Mixed everything, and I was like, this is the song here.
Mhm.
This is going to be a title track for the EP. Sweater Weather 2, Make Time.
Mhm.
Make Time, Cheating Scandal Blues.
Yeah.
And we just start, every time, like, we play with, like, and then we got my friend Justin to be a drummer for a period of time. Every time we start a set, we would always open with Make Time. I'm like, let's just open the can of worms right then and there. Let's go crazy, because I'm, like, screaming these lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, let's set the bar up here.
Let them know what they're getting into.
Yep.
Like straight off the bat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just give it to them, and then just immediately just do like, I love a rainy night right afterwards. Well, I love a rainy night. Absolute switch. Yep.
Yeah.
Or I mean, it's just, everyone loves upbeat and aggressive, so like you gotta hit them with like, I Saw Her Standing There by the Beatles. Everyone loves that.
Yeah.
Everyone goes nuts on that. It's funny. You know what has made a comeback?
What?
Wicked Game by Chris Isaac.
Wicked Game by Chris Isaac.
And I wanna fall in love. This world is only gonna break your heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that song.
Yeah.
That's from like the 80s, and that's made a comeback. I'm like, let's throw that in the set. Justin, you sing that, right? Yep, cool, we're gonna play it. You can sing and play the drums, right? He's like, yep, cool, we're gonna play it.
I love people who can sing and play the drums.
Me.
Can you?
Yeah.
Bro, that's a skill.
What songs do I sing? I can do, Come Together by the Beatles. White Wedding Part 1 by Billy Idol.
Okay.
Downtown Came Uptown by David Wilcox. Circles by Post Malone. That's pretty easy, though.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's just boots and cats the whole time. Just,
Okay.
we couldn't turn around. Yeah, it's just very easy. It was, well, I was drumming for one band. And, well, actually, no, I take that back. There was a few more that I sang as well. Running Down a Dream by Tom Petty. Don't Let Me Down by the Beatles.
Okay.
That was one I had to sing. What was the other ones I had to sing? I don't even remember. Goodness, it was forever. But I just remembered those two were the distinct ones because I just had to beat the lyrics in my head. And Running Down a Dream is a song I sing all the time, but it's one of those, I know it if I'm listening to it.
Yes.
Yeah, so when I had to like have the lyrics, didn't have my glasses on, and the lyrics were down by my feet, and I was like, this is the whole time just trying to read like what verses, like what's next. But no, Don't Let Me Down was fun. That one was actually a bit of a challenge because I had to like first learn how to play the drums for it, and then I was like, that's gonna be awkward to sing and play at the same time. It was fun though. Everyone went crazy for it because we were all there. I think there was 3 of us were singing. 2 of them were like, I would start with the "Don't Let Me Down," and then the bassist and the rhythm guitarist would come in, and it's like, okay, well, we're all gonna be singing the same thing. So I know the harmony.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Don't let me down," and then they come in with a "Don't let me down," like both of them. So I just go, "Don't let me down." And it was, the audience loved it.
That's so fun.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. And of course, the random times John Lennon in the song does the like the
Oh, yeah.
But it was just the "Don't Let Me Down." Oh, it was great. I loved it. Oh, it was good. We did "Hey Joe." I didn't sing "Hey Joe." The rhythm guitarist sang it.
Mm-hmm.
But that was probably the craziest song because after like every 4 bars was a drum fill, which was just like a crazy drum fill. So I'm just there like sweating, just playing a drum fill after every 4 bars.
Oh my gosh.
Jimi Hendrix is crazy. The drums for Jimi Hendrix are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way I can play that note for note, but I can make it sound like good enough. But yeah, singing and playing. I mean, it's just a matter of like, as long as you're grounded and can play what you're supposed to play, then the singing just comes right after, I guess.
Yeah, drums, I don't know. I just feel like it's a new level and people can play drums and sing.
The first one that I did to sing and play was actually In the Air Tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, let's try that.
Yeah.
'Cause that was the first cover I ever put out.
Mm-hmm.
And we had like snippets of me playing the drums in like the video for it. And I was like, I need to be able to like sing and keep time. So let's see if I can do that. And yeah, it went fine. And obviously we could just lip sync or just sing along and then just put the actual mix audio over the footage. So it didn't matter if I was pitchy or not.
Yeah.
But no, it was great. I mean, the motivation to sing and play instruments at the same time probably came from like Rush and Primus.
Okay.
Because the bass player would be the lead singer and they'd be playing crazy stuff. And I was like, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I want to be able to play this crazy line right here and just be able to sing effortlessly and not stare down at my fretboard, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Simple as that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it has helped. I rarely stare at my fretboard now. Nick is a fan of the Chili Peppers, and I don't like the Chili Peppers.
No?
We play one song. We play Snow Hey-O.
Okay.
We do two, my bad. We do Other Side as well, but Snow, which is just that crazy guitar riff at the beginning. And he just likes it because he can play it fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, faster than the actual tempo.
Okay, well, Nick's crazy on guitar.
Nick's crazy on guitar.
Nick's crazy on guitar.
So, when it comes to the bridge, Flea's actually, like, playing some chords on the bass, and he's strumming them like 16th notes.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I'm singing, like, there's times where, like, if you catch me playing, I rarely stare at the fretboard. I'm just looking right into the audience, just singing, just strumming.
Mm.
And everyone's like... And I'll just, like, I'll add emphasis to be like, this song is easy for me, guys. I'll just go, like... I'll just look up and keep playing. This song is so easy, guys.
Oh my gosh,
And-
I'd mess up a note.
And I always say when we play it, I was like, Nick calls this his flex song. Or I'll be like, Nick, you want to flex on him real quick? That's like the one of two things I'll yell into the mic before we start playing it. I'm like, this is Nick's flex song.
That's so funny.
And I was like, I'll always be like, I'm not a Chili Peppers fan. And people just go, boo. And I'm like, they suck. They're too easy. This song is super easy for me. Here's why. And then we always play like a Primus song before it, which actually is like a little more effort on the bass.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, this is actual effort here. This is actual crazy bass lines. Because I know a bunch of Primus songs. Nick only knows like 3.
Okay.
I know like 100. So like it's hard, and it's like to find someone who can play the drums for said Primus songs is also extremely rare. We have one friend that can do one song, so it's like, okay, cool. We all know this one song. Perfect. Let's go do it at a jam or something to mess with people.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Have you ever been to jams, or is it always just like I'm a solo type of girly?
I've done like a worship songwriters retreat once.
Mm.
So it was like a few months ago, and it's really funny because I'm not even on the worship team at church, but I like snuck my way in. You know, I was like, hey guys, you guys are doing a songwriters retreat?
I songwrite.
Sneak in there really quick. So we broke off into groups, and we like each had like an hour or something to write a song.
Oh, yeah.
Stressful.
Yep.
Stressful. But it just worked so well. And it was really fun. But I don't know. I feel like I prefer writing songs just like by myself in my bedroom.
No, that, yes. But what I mean is, like, you ever been to, like, a jam session?
Okay, I totally misunderstood that then. What do you mean by jam session?
So if you go to a spot that has, like a bunch of people playing,
Uh-huh.
and it's just like, hey, let's do this song, or do we know this song? And then, like, you just jam out to the said song with a bunch of people.
No, I've never even heard of that before.
You never heard of jams?
No.
No? Man, there's, like, 2 jams, like, tonight, right now. One's at Freeman's in Sackville, one's at Monty's out in Waverly.
Yeah.
And it's literally just people get on stage, they either learn the song as they go, or they just know the song right off the bat and just play and go.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fun.
That's pretty fun.
It is. It's just like hey, do we know this? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's just like, oh, no, we don't know it. Okay, let me quickly teach you. But, no, I enjoy doing it sometimes, just getting different spin on, a song that you already know. Like, you know the song in your head, right?
Uh-huh.
And you picture it based on the recording.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everyone else, all like the drums, the bass, the other guitars, or say like something else like a harmonica or whatever other instrument, like they'll just put like their own spin on it. And it's like, whoa, this is my version now.
I like that. That's so fun.
It's great. Definitely try it out sometime. The acoustic guitar would be less of a clutter.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, give that a try one time. Like, hey, we all know this one. Cool. It's like, you don't? Cool.
Okay.
Get off
Cool.
stage.
Yeah.
No, it's always good. And doing jams as well is another way to just network and meet people, right? Because
Yeah.
you never know who's going to be at the jam. And they might just be like, hey, if I threw a bunch of money at you, would you play a private event? Like, you might get that. I've had that. It never actually happened, but he was like, if I threw $600 at you, could you play 4 hours for a private event? I go, maybe.
Possibly.
4 hours? Time to learn 10 more songs. Time to be comfortable with 10 more songs.
Do you have like a set list?
Yeah, I got
that
like
you
4.
play?
I can do a comfortable 3 hours.
Yeah.
If I really wanted to, then it's like, okay, time to pick another 10 songs to do 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I usually do 2 45 minutes, so with 15-minute breaks, and then just play an hour straight.
Okay.
That's a 3 hour right there.
Yeah.
A 4 hour, I'd probably do 3 45s, 15-minute breaks.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. Oh. Then an hour straight at the end. And now with learning like country and all that stuff, there's like an additional 20 songs in my brain now. I enjoy it. It's good. So I just never run out of songs now.
That's good.
I'll hit them with old ones, or obviously hit them with classics as well. I don't really like throw the originals in there as much. I think next time Nick and I play, I definitely throwing more originals in. I think I'm throwing in like what do I usually put in there? I usually put in like 3 or 4. I'm probably gonna have like 6 out of like 30 to 40 songs. So
there you go.
yeah, not trying to bore the audience or scare the audience away with originals,
I know.
Originals, the worst songs ever. Oh man. I mean, I think that's everything. I don't think I got anything else to ask you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I think we're both tired and ready for bed now.
Yeah, I think so too.
What time is it?
It's like 10:21.
How long have we been talking? Almost 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Bro, that's crazy.
Oh my god. No way.
The auto-tune in the room with us.
What?
The auto-tune in the room with us.
Yeah. So this is one of the longest episodes I've done. I have 2-hour episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's time just flies, man.
Time flies. That was crazy. That was a good convo, though.
It was, yes. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Oh man, it was a blast. Good laughs, complete tangents, just being absolute silly geese, you know.
I liked the Disney tangent. I feel like
The Disney
was
tangent
really
was
fun.
good, actually.
Yeah.
Here's something I like to do now, and I'm trying to not sleep on this anymore.
Okay.
So every guest, I just take like I take a picture, and it's like a McDonald's disposable camera.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Ready? Perfect.
Beautiful.
I kid you not, McDonald's disposable camera.
Stop! I love that.
Yeah. The app is called Nomo, Nomo.
Nomo. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So it automatically comes with McDonald's disposable camera and a Polaroid,
Oh.
which is cool with a Polaroid because as soon as like the photo's ready, you gotta shake it a bunch until it's like done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I like that.
I'll show you. I'll show you as soon as this is done. It's gonna be done now.
Now.
This is episode 16 of the Bedroom Studios official podcast. You know who I am at this point. But for those who forgot, because it's 2 hours, my name is Michael Butts, and the guest here is Sarah Hunt, signing off. Next guest next week is the Johnsons. Everyone get ready for that one. See you in a week, y'all.